Okay, if you're just tuning in, this is Democracy and the Rule of Law on Galaxy Television, and I still have Barrister Tunde Kolawole and Barrister Evans Ufele in the house. I was supposed to have Dr. Raymond Adigboyega, financial analyst, to do justice to this next topic, but unfortunately we've not really been able to connect with him, but we'll still try, and as soon as we connect with him, we will link up with him, because this is very financial and it should have been in his wheelhouse. He would have been very, very useful. Now, Governor Obaseki of Edo State said that Nigeria could go the way of Argentina if something is not done now to reposition the economy in Nigeria. He went further to state that the federal government had to print 50 to 60 billion naira last month and share to the states to top up on their allocation. Of course, the finance minister came out, Ahmed Zainab came out to debunk it, that nothing like that happened. And then again, the CBN governor came out to say the central bank may have done it to lend the government on that. Now, the question now is, which is where would have needed Dr. Raymond Adigboyega. I mean, what effect will this have on the economy? Because I'm not financial expert, but if anything we've heard about money and the economy is anything to go by, it's supposed to be what goes around comes right back around. And that's why there's always transaction, there's always demand, and supply. You know, so, but when countries start printing money indiscriminately, then no country will be poor, because I mean, whenever there is no money, they just print it
and spend.
So, but first, let me start. Let me hear the side of the divide you're on. Do you think it is true, or it is possible that the federal government printed this money?
Well, honestly speaking, just like you said, we are not economists, we are not accountants and all that. So we might not be able to really delve into the real technicalities of the whole thing. Some of this. Yeah. But we as lawyers, ordinarily, we want to look at it from the perspective of law, and the CBN Act is our guide. And you and I also know that when the National Assembly appropriates money, and then, I mean, when the Executive of Government presents a bill, an appropriation bill before the National Assembly, and then it is passed into law, it becomes law. If you are going to do anything outside those things and order, you have to revert back to the National Assembly. But with that as me, as regards the question you ask, whether it's true or not, let me say that all over the world, and then when you look at the CBN Act and all that, sometimes governments around the world engage in the kind of thing that the CBN has been accused of doing, of printing money. But you see, the challenge we have had is that the modus operandi by which we have gone about it, and also the rate and percentage at which this is being done. Mostly, maybe marginally, sometime when the government is hard up in terms of money, they can print maybe about 5%, 2% of the expected income, foreign revenue that they're expecting, and then use that before the money comes in and order. And as soon as the money comes in and order, they have a way of withdrawing that what they are printed from circulation, so that doesn't lead to high inflation. Whether it's true or not, I don't think Governor Obaseki could have come out and be making that kind of egregious allegations without having some information, without some insider information as regards whether that is being done. In fact, any observer of the Nigerian economy would have seen that this might actually not be the first time that the CBN is engaging in this very, very unholy act. Why do I say this? Times without number, we have seen them come up with this Paris Club reform. And then you ask yourself, where did Paris Club thing just suddenly emanate from? Are we saying that at the time that Okonjo-Iweala was negotiating the pardoning of our debts and all that, under Obasanjo administrations and under Goodluck Jonathan and all that, we just suddenly remember that certain money that ordinarily should have gone into, should have been paid back to certain agencies of government, maybe the state governments and other, we forgot to pay them that money at that period in time. That can be true. And furthermore, could it be that the Accountant General of the Federation and the Minister of Finance never knew under those administrations to really do the real calculation as regards what the state should be entitled to and refund it to them at that period in time and accordingly and accurately and all that? So it's not impossible. The so-called Paris thing that they were sharing among themselves, especially when the states are hard up, could be some of these ways and means and which the CBN has been printing money in the past and just sharing to some of these states, to the state, to be able to meet the obligation. Also remember, when the election was approaching, suddenly the government at the federal level remembered that certain money ought to have gone to the Kogi state government, and then made that huge amount of money available for them when at the eve of the election, with which the APC powered the election in Kogi state and then were able to overrun the PDP at that state level. So the truth of the matter is, it appears or is becoming obvious, and then with the admission of the CBN governor, contradicting that of the Minister of Finance and what have you, that these people are actually engaging in the printing of money. And the printing of money is a very, very serious matter. Locally and internationally, like I said, it violates the Appropriation Act that has been passed, because when you present the budget before the National Assembly, if, for example, you are unable to, the revenue expectation is you are unable to meet it, and then you have to find some other ways of showing that this, you have to go back to the National Assembly according to law. Furthermore, just like you said, the international community will not sit back and watch their own citizens labor to produce goods and services and put in the market, and you will just sit back in there and start printing money and using it to buy those goods and services and spend it. It's a very, very serious matter. It could ruin the economy, it could ruin our reserve.
My take on this is that I will not doubt Obaseki. The reason is because as a governor, the kind of information that he's disposed to, is one that is huge, okay? So I won't say it was a lie, and at the same time, I won't say it's true outrightly. I'll just play around it.
In the middle?
Yeah, in the middle. On the fence. Given that he made those pronouncements without proof. That is my only, since there were no proof, there were no direct evidence to say, okay, if you look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, you
there's not an admission by the CBN governor.
So no, I'll get to that. I'll get to that. So when the CBN governor was interviewed, he said that it happens that actually they print money on occasions and all that. You see, the problem I have is that I have a problem with the conclusion of the CBN governor. I understand his premise. His premise is that the part of the function of CBN is to, do the
assist financially.
Yes, but I have a problem with his conclusion, because if you have shortage and you have to print money to top up, it means that you are violating actually the Appropriation Act, okay, of that year. And what I know about printing money is you do that where you have mutilated naira notes, bad currencies, and that you are taking those ones out, and then you are printing the same amount to replace it so that you can have
to balance up.
Proper currency, because it's a national symbol. It should be decent. So that is one of the reasons I understand the print money. But now, if it is true that you are now printing to share, what it means is that you are jumping the gun, you are overrunning the economy, because even by law, where you make appropriation and you are unable to get the funds, you have that window to borrow. That is why if you look at the Finance Act 2020, the day, after the passage and all that, the president gave a stern warning to institutions to go raise money.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll face penalty.
So sorry to cut it. Does the borrowing also include borrowing from the CBN?
Well, borrowing from the CBN he talked about, that is actually
because that was the
that was the reason he gave.
Yeah.
That is lending, but he didn't tell us we've not seen the contractual agreement.
And then from what reserves
the loan agreement between the CBN and the federal government. We should know about it. The National Assembly should be aware of it. I mean, the Minister for Finance should be aware, because the Minister of Finance said there's nothing like that. Whereas the CBN will say it's a loan. So you will find out that there is something in between the whole thing. And we need to interrogate it carefully, because it appears to me that the government is trying to meet up with its responsibilities by self-help. That is how I understand it. And that is dangerous, because this Obaseki that's talking about is an investment banker. He has capacity, he understands banking and finance. He knows exactly what he says. So if those things were true, that actually the federal government printed this money to share to states, then it means that maybe we're heading somewhere we don't understand until the federal government, because the explanation that the CBN gave is not sufficient. It's not sufficient. Let him provide the loan agreement. Let him give us the connecting line between his position and that of the Minister for Finance.
And this government, unfortunately, hasn't always been forthcoming when it comes to information. I mean,
they have not, even with
by the PDP.
Even with the Freedom of Information Act that we have, if you put forth an application now to get, at least if there is a loan, there should be an agreement. Or there should be something gazetted. There should be a document. But the CBN release that.
But they can quickly come up with that. I mean, if that's proof enough.
No, they can come up with without the National Assembly's input. The National Assembly is the approving authority for finance and then for spending. So, I mean, are they going to carry the National Assembly along too? Or how? So let's know, because there seems to be a lot of violations here. A lot of violations, and we must hold on to it. Look at it, possibly engage them in the law court to come and give testimony as regards how this is.
And then if you say you are poor, it presupposes that you have some reserve somewhere where you are taking, not printing. Not printing.